So we all know that Netflix has been cracking down on their password sharing. Same goes for Amazon Disney Plus. They haven't gone as far as Netflix, but I'm sure they're not happy about users sharing their accounts with family and friends. So now what's happening is sharing Netflix, Prime videos, and your Disney Plus password could land you in jail. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So today I'm going to read a little bit from Tech Radar. I am going to leave the link in the description of this video. Title of this one is Sharing Your Netflix, Prime videos, or Disney Plus password could make you a criminal. So password sharing on streaming services is nothing new. Netflix's attempt to limit the practice in recent months are well documented. Now, though, new piracy guidelines issued by the British government suggest anyone sharing passwords in the UK could be in breach of copyright laws and even face criminal charges for fraud. So look like it's kicking off in the UK. They're really strict over there about their streaming and piracy and stuff like that. And the concern is once it's implemented in one place, we could start seeing it bleed into other areas. So first reported by Torrent Freak, and it looked like they're the one that broke the story. Britain's Intellectual Property Office, IPO, has updated its piracy guideline to assert that password sharing on streaming services, which includes the likes of Netflix, Prime videos, and Disney Plus, could legally be deemed an act that breaks copyright law. Torrent Freak reached out to the IPO for clarification on the legalities of password sharing, and the agency replied as follows. There are a range of provisions in criminal and civil law which may be applicable in the case of password sharing, where the intent is to allow the user to access copyright protected works without payment. I mean, again, that's a gray area. Without payment would be saying that they're acquiring it for free. And the way I look at it is I'm paying for it. So it's not totally without payment, but I'm sure it's interpreted differently by the IPO. The provision include breach of contextual terms, fraud, or secondary copyright infringement, depending on the circumstances, the IPO continued. So in other words, those sharing streaming passwords in the UK could legally be prosecuted for fraud and or breaches of copyright law. Though it's worth noting that the likelihood, in our opinion, is very slim. And that's the way I'm looking at it. If you're going to lock up everyone that's sharing a password, the jails would be full. There's no way to prosecute or lock up everyone that's sharing a password. So for starters, the bar which constitutes an act of fraud in UK is low. The country's 2006 Fraud Act notes that using the services of a member's club without paying and without being a member is deemed fraud, as is posting chargeable data or software over the internet without paying. Both offenses are commonplace. How many times have you reposted someone else's work on social media? And although the practice for password sharing could fall into the category, it's highly unlikely that the Crown Prosecution Services would pursue anyone for wanting to share stranger things with their friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. If you guys want to check out the full article, I'll go ahead and link it in the description. So if this becomes a thing, this is gonna be a disaster in my opinion. For one, there's so many people sharing a password, and whatever arrangements are made, whether they're sharing it with the intent of the person spitting the bill or they're just sharing it because of the goodness of their heart or whatever, it's really being shared by someone who's paying for the service. That's the way I look at it anyway. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If this is to become commonplace, what would your reaction be? What would you do in return if you have one of these streaming services, for instance? Would you unsubscribe? Would you still share it? Would you stop sharing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll probably put something in the community section where you can go ahead and vote. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.